All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to Babblin. This is going to be a weekly podcast show with us four. I'm going to discuss current affairs in the world, and it's really just to fill up the time, a good half an hour of your day, mainly for us. I feel bad for anyone, watching, especially Michael going about shit because he's as thick as pig shit. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. And
the truth comes spinning out.
Oh, okay. The whole of the podcast.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll give us all a chance to redeem ourselves. We're going to introduce ourselves. So go on, Michael. Start off with yourself. Tell the people what you're all about, and try and not mention your band, man.
This is a road. I'm Michael. Hi, I'm Michael Warnock, and I definitely am not in a band.
Fantastic. There we go. Go on, Ethan.
My name's Ethan. That's about it, mate. What are we doing? How are we introducing ourselves? Is that it? Just my name?
I mean, to be honest, man, I know you're a bit bland in that, but I mean, when it comes to introducing yourself, you couldn't make it any less exciting.
Ethan, I'd love to see you in a job interview.
Well, let's be
Jesus
honest.
Christ, could you imagine?
Right,
Tell us a bit about yourself.
Let's go back a second. What did Mike say? Oh, Michael? No, don't.
He gets thrown off. We've already roasted Michael now. We're on to you now, Eve.
Ethan, it's time to shut the fuck
I'm just waiting for. I know what Nathan's going to say. Nathan's going to be like, I'm Nathan. I mix music.
I wasn't even going to say it. I wasn't even going to mention it.
Well, there you go.
Right. Anyway, guys,
Right,
we're just a bunch of mongs, and we're here to chat some shit.
My name's Nathan, by the way.
Okay,
for
Nathan.
clarification, I'm Nathan.
Fantastic. And, the world right now is pretty screwed up. You got this coronavirus that's took over by storm. I think everyone's been impacted about it.
Yeah.
Everywhere's closed. Pubs, bars, restaurants, cinemas, can't even go out. How's it been affecting you guys? How you been coping? What you been doing? Anything interesting?
Well, I mean, in the last, I think, 5.5 weeks, this whole thing's been closing everywhere down. I've only left the house once, and that was to go to the walk-in centre. So, I mean, I've literally just been inside. Yeah, went to the hospital, and it wasn't corona, by the way. I wasn't dying. I wasn't sick. I just had a blocked ear, and I just needed to get it cleared.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I don't want to hear any fucking death hoaxes on me just yet. So, yeah, that's the only time I've left the house, really. And other than that, I've just been cleaning and practicing music and playing games.
All right, don't rub it in, man. We can tell you've been living the high life. All right, settle down.
High life? This is a midlife.
Midlife.
Not quite a crisis, but it's a midlife.
What about the rest of you guys anyway? What have you been up to, man? This lighting's not very good.
Go on then, Mike. You can go first.
I've been all right. I mean, I've just been trying to keep productive, but also just trying to keep it chill. I mean, for a big chunk of it, it was uni work, wasn't it, for all of us? So, like, you had that sort of in the background, I've got something I can focus.
Yeah, it was a distraction.
Yeah, but now that that's done, it has just been, I don't know.
Didn't you get your girlfriend to do most of the work for you anyway?
No.
They're barely a distraction, Michael.
Rika was very lovely to help me out. She did do a lot of my essay, but I provide the content. She just made it sound good.
Do you know, we put this into a podcast now, so if any of the lecturers watch it, and this is going to be a huge podcast, man, everyone's going to watch it.
Hi, Dan! Hi, Sana! Hi, Russell!
Hey, Michael, that takes me back.
We've just crossed him up.
What did you say to Dan that time we went on that trip?
Huh?
He shouted in his window.
Oh, because me and Michael, for context, basically, we our year group at uni in November, we went to York for like a film festival, and we stayed at this youth hostel, and it was just one of the nights, and we were all going to go out for a couple of drinks. So Michael and I, we were the first ready, so we waited outside for everyone, and Michael was just, he was just chirpy, he was just that chirpy drunk. He was just shouting, "Oh, that's just Michael being Michael," just cheery. And our course leader Dan, he was just out the window, and Dan's such a sound guy, right? And he leans out the window and he goes, "Oh, are you guys about to head out?" And we were like, "Oh yeah, like quite a lot of us are." And he was like, "Oh, just make sure that you're aware of that we've got neighbours and such, we're representing Coventry Uni." And we were like, oh, "Okay, cool." Michael, your timing was impeccable, but you're also such a dickhead, because the moment Dan had closed his window, you went, "Yeah, shut the fuck up, Dad." I looked at you, clipped you around the back of the head, and I went, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Well, to be fair, you can't blame Michael, though, can you? It says representing Coventry Uni. I think he did that to the T.
Yeah.
No, if we're representing Cough Uni, we should have just stabbed everyone.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's halfway there.
Just,
Yeah.
you know,
Get some like rusty needles and just stab everyone in the leg.
I can't even remember what was going on. Did we go on? Was that when we were going to the club? Because I was like,
Yeah,
Mike,
We
I
had to
think
go
you was
through
out
that
there. I
mud
think you had
track,
one
yeah.
too many
I
fruit shoots.
I think
Two
that was the night.
Ribenas. You're gone.
I think that was the night when we first explored into the town, and then we ended up having food and ended up in Yates. Yates or whatever
It
it's
sucks,
called.
doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
remembering things like Yates and Weatherspoons, man, and now they're all closed. It sucks, man. I hate it. And that
I
was
could
only
really
like
go
6
for
months ago.
2 for £12 picture right now.
Yeah,
really good.
£12.50. What would you go for? Pictures? Like, what would you choose? 2 for £12. Which one's
Well, I
you going
mean,
for?
if I'm going hard, then it's Long Island iced tea, which is my to-go-to cocktail in the first place. But otherwise, I'll probably just go for a Purple Rain.
Okay, I'll go for the long iced tea, but I'd also go for Sex on the Beach. It's just a classic.
Yeah,
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I also, unpopular opinion, I didn't mind The Godfather. I think that one's quite a nice one. No one seems to like that one. No one.
Yeah. Eve, what would you have then for 2 pictures?
I forgot the names of them. I'm just like, you know what? That one looks all right.
Well, you're not a massive cocktail person, are you?
No, I don't really have cocktails that much. But when I do, like, you know, I'll just ask, what's the good one like? And then we'll.
Yeah.
What about you, Michael?
The thing is,
I'd go for the Blue Lagoon. I quite like the Blue Lagoon.
I think that's the one I usually go for.
I haven't tried that one.
Blue Lagoon, just sweet, crisp, just it's good.
The thing is, with pubs and that as well, it's like the only place where I can actually enjoy a carling. You give me a carling anywhere else, and I'm going to look at you like you've just spat in my face.
You know what's the worst?
Give me one in a pub, though. Beautiful.
No, a carling. Imagine a carling at a festival in a warm tent. Couldn't get any worse, could it?
Well, we did that, though, didn't we? Reading 2019, man.
Yeah.
What time?
Reading is any festival is a place where you accept warm drinks. Like,
to be fair, yeah, you're in that environment, aren't you?
It becomes your new cup of tea, doesn't it? You have one in the morning, over that night.
It's kind of like the best thing you're gonna get, though, isn't it? Like
have a few biscuits with it. That's all your diet consists of when you're on a fucking.
No, I swear we had the gods watching over us during that trip, man. I don't know what it was. I don't know what entity was helping us through. But every single morning when we woke up, the cans were ice cold. They were perfect. Do you remember that, Eve? They were ice cold. They were perfect.
It was proper nice in the
12
tent.
midday.
Yeah, nice and lukewarm.
And this time last year we were looking forward to that, weren't we? Who do you think the best act was at Reading 2019, or just the best act that you've seen? Because I know, Nathan, you've been to like countless gigs and stuff.
Well, I've been to concerts, but I haven't actually been to like a festival, and like crowded places like that are sort of not really my kind of place anyway. So I don't think you'd actually really catch me at somewhere like Reading, but
I do think
concert that's cool. But Reading and like Creamfields or whatever it is, just like nah.
Oh, Creamfields for me. I want to go so badly.
Yeah,
I know you guys aren't into it that much. EDM, techno, drum and bass. It's got everything that speaks to me, man. It's in my heart. Need to go.
Reading was a bit of a mixed one for me. Like, I love Reading, don't get me wrong, but and a lot of it was for the artists and the music side of it more than like I can get down with all the nightlife and whatever, but I'm also the type of guy who's like, I need a timeout. I'm getting tired.
I'm probably the opposite. I probably went there more for the atmosphere and just have a laugh. And some of the acts are bonus, really, isn't it? I mean, I think I had most of the best, funniest times just around the tent. And then with the venture out, and for example, some of the acts we weren't even meant to see. One of them was 1975. Didn't really listen to it, but we rocked up there. We had a sick evening, didn't we? Evening. Got some dodgy.
I think it wasn't dodgy. It was beautiful. It was the best burger we've ever had. That burger was better than the entire act that we've seen from 1975. That's going to get us a lot of hate, but it was, man. You had to have tried it.
I quite liked them, but you know, thing is, I swear we spoke to a few gals, not realising their age at the beginning until we actually asked.
Oh, don't, mate, don't. No, to be fair though, what was mad though, because obviously where we're from, Birmingham and that. Well, literally Solihull town, at least me anyway. And those girls next to us were from the same town. I found that mental. That was really, really strange. But
I always find it interesting when you go to, whether you're out somewhere, if you're on holiday or whatever, and then you find people who are either really close or pretty much in the same place as you.
Like,
I remember I was out, I think I was in Sheffield in November, and I'd met like this group of lads, and they're all saying, "Oh yeah, we're from Milton Keynes. This is where I live." And I was just like, "Really?" And they were like, "Yeah. Like we were raised in Milton Keynes, and we're up here for uni." I was just like, "Shit! Like, I'm from Milton Keynes. I don't think anyone would be up here."
Yeah.
It's weird because it's like obviously people travel, but you kind of get gassed when you know it's your place.
Yeah,
like other people, and it's just like, you live here, I live here as well, and you just get
yeah.
Someone to think that I was Australian in the queue for the silent disco. You're right, mine. I'm from Australia, and
I mean, I could see that a bit if you're completely pissed up, like fucking hell, mate, Australia.
Yeah.
Why was you acting like an Aussie?
I don't know. They might have been an Aussie as well. They'd be that steaming.
I haven't got any answers for when I'm drunk.
You just wanted them to feel at home.
I don't think they were Australian, but I think I was trying to get through with my friend. I was like, "Hey, don't mind me, I'm Australian," and they're like,
You walked into that trap. You did the one little sort of jokey accent, and you went, "Oh shit! Now I've got to live like an Australian for the rest of my life." Like,
that's the thing. It was okay. This was one of my favorite parts of Reading, like something that I didn't really know about, but I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
it's a tent full of quietness. Really?
I mean, with things like festivals, though, it can either go one way or the other, right? You've got a load of things that could go really, really right, or things that could go really, really wrong. Like, the weather is just one. You know, it could be beautiful, and we were so lucky. Reading was beautiful. Like, it was gorgeous the entire time. Sun was shining. Never had any sort of drought. It was beautiful. And then, obviously, on the switch side of that, it can also be a downpour of rain. We would have been fucked because we didn't pack correctly at all to prepare for rain. We had no wellies whatsoever. We had a shitty tent that I remember cost absolutely nothing. So if it did rain, we would have been gone.
Beer bag. Jesus Christ.
Beer bag?
A massive bag.
Carrying that.
Right. So basically, we all thought it was a smart idea to put about 120 cans of beer in one bag. We thought, you know what? This easy. Look, it's all in one spot then.
It was a lot of beers.
Mate, there was a lot of crates. We all had a couple of crates each, and there was about 5 of us or whatever. 4 of us, I don't know. And well, we thought we'd take it in turns, but mate, we could only do a few steps. It was that heavy. It was so uncomfortable, wasn't it?
I carried it the longest, no doubt about that.
No, Ben was the one who was best at avoiding it.
I carried it the longest.
I can't hear you. I can't hear. What? What's that? What? What is that? No. Luke did about 2 stops, and he did a bit of fucking
crying.
Yeah, he was
he
like,
cried.
No, I've had enough. Like.
He cried, yeah. Just go on without me. I remember him telling me afterwards about how bad he felt because that was his first sort of impression on Ethan and Jack, who had met for the first time. Luke, we've got to get Luke on here. He's a specimen. That guy's wonderful. And he was an absolute creature at Reading, wasn't he? I remember, some of the things that he said throughout the 1975 concert, because obviously at the time they had this whole thing, and we still do now, about the environment, global warming and things, and climate change, how important it is, what we're doing to the world and all those sorts of things.
Oh, yeah, they had that Greta Thunberg.
And because Luke is Luke, he was spannered out of his mind. I remember him just finishing off a pint, and he goes, make sure, you look after the earth, pick up your litter, do your part. And we're all like, oh, that's brilliant. And then Luke was just there like, fuck you. And he just lobs a plastic cup on the floor.
Oh, for God's sake.
All of these fangirls around him were just like, oh, that's disgusting. Excuse me.
It's like the world's end, isn't it? When they enter the fucking pub and everyone stares at them. It's like that. Just Luke
I love him. I love that kid. He's absolutely fantastic. But also, man, I mean, I seen this from the Instagram page, Reading Spotted. You can get some fucking freaks at the festival. Our experience could be totally different depending on where we camped as well, because obviously you got to think about your neighbours. And there was this video of this guy. He picked up like this dead rabbit and he started tossing it around and he threw it over a hedge. I don't know who was on the other side of that hedge, but I imagine that's pretty detrimental to your weekend. 1 second you're having a fantastic time, maybe a few beers.
Rabbit hit you in the chop.
Next minute. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. There are some absolute creatures out there. There was some seriously. Remember the pill man? The guy who came up to us out of nowhere and offered us pills.
You know who he reminds me of? You ever watched In Between? That guy was like asking for the shower. Can I have a shower around yours? What's his name? He reminded me of him. He had like a big smile, like gurning everywhere. Like,
oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you're on about the other one. You're on about that like the
that was 2.
I don't know how to describe him. Like
there's plenty of things that we can get into about Reading, though, man. Jesus.
It is an experience. I mean, the thing is with Reading, The camps completely different. Like you really see the worst that of human nature. I feel that in the camps. Like
I always see like when people have left the camps and such, and you just see the mess, and then just like, oh god.
Well,
Like,
people at the end started lighting their tents on fire.
Yeah, like I've got a friend who works. He does like all the pickup and that, like after festivals and stuff. And yeah, you just see like all the mess and like all the garbage that's just left everywhere. And it's like thousands of black bags, and that's just like cleaning after an hour or something. And it's just like Jesus Christ on a bike, man. Like wow.
Just imagine
Next
if we
year's
didn't
gonna be
go
mad,
last
though.
year though, Ben. Like if we didn't go last year, and we didn't know this shit was going to kick off this year, would have been wank, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if we didn't go last year, it really would have been terrible. Imagine if we all had the sort of mentality, 2020, we'll go 2020. No, that'll be a good time. We'll save everything for then. No holidays, nothing. We'll have a splurge out in 2020.
Well, I was saving for a holiday because obviously we all planned to go this year, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just save what I can. And then student loan came in end of April, so I was like, oh, okay, bless. That means I can definitely like use it to go somewhere when it comes in. But obviously, with everything closed off and the virus spreading and such, and I was just sat there with the money, just like, oh, I couldn't spend it to go anywhere. It's just like, oh god.
So what can I buy? Hey,
now I'm just impulse buying. Like,
that lads bought some extras, like got browsers and everything.
I've just been impulse buying. It's so bad.
Yeah, to be honest, man, I've been the exact same.
I've put a cap on it now, but
bored.
Just looking back on my bank statement and that, and it's just like, Jesus. I was like, did I need that? I was like, it's cool.
Not looking back at the Weatherspoons bank statement, isn't it? Like a couple of quid here.
Hey, look at spoons. Yeah.
Stuff on Amazon.
Mm.
My parents have brought loads of stuff. Like we've got a pool table, a basketball hoop. We've had loads of work done to the garden. A new like barbecue and like a pizza stove. Like my parents have gone ham. Like the whole house.
Jesus.
I thought I went all out because my mum got
a white family, innit? Oh, hello there. Come round for dinner.
It's like your family. No, it's like your family from The Sims or something.
Yeah.
Controlled by The Sims.
Yeah, Michael's family put the mother load cheat in and just got all the simoleon they could. And now they just bought everything.
What's that little thing you can get on Sims? Like pinata. I can let you allow everything. You never done it? There's a little pinata that you can like hack into the game or something, and then it allows you.
Chatting out your arse off.
I did it on one of the old ones.
I feel like you played like a bootleg BTEC Sims, like the Soms or something.
Yeah, Soms. That sounds like
Soms.
Yeah, it's really good.
So, guys, I've said this to quite a few people now, and everyone seems to disagree with me on this, but I feel like I've got really good logic behind it. When the clubs and pubs and all of that first open, right? Raves, those sorts of things. I'm going to miss like the first week that they're open and go to the one afterwards.
Yeah, because
I don't want to go to the first one.
See, I don't even think I'd go to the first month, to be completely honest.
I don't know if I could wait that long. I mean, I've already waited.
I easily could, but it's just like, I see everyone gassing it up, just like, oh, when it opens, I'm going to go straight to Revs, or I'm going to go straight to Spoons,
I'll be honest,
or whatever. And I'm just like, I'd rather just hold it off.
I couldn't give a fuck about all that. As long as I can have a beer in a beer garden with my mates and that. Go to the cinema, go back to the gym, actually do normal stuff I was doing. Go to restaurants, whatever. None of that, is there?
How long do you think it'll really be?
I miss the cinema.
Well, everyone's kind of projecting for like all the pubs and that to be open by July, but I'm hoping that open much later, just out of safety.
Go away in Skeggy. Well, it's not been cancelled yet. It's the 17th of July. We go away. So with the family and that, just for a weekend to get pissed up and have a laugh. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Hopefully you can do that. Hopefully you can do that. Maybe that won't be cancelled. You never know.
I'll be surprised if the pubs are open in July. Maybe a cinema of sorts or restaurant, but even then, I don't know. It's so up in the air at the moment. Like, we've only just been allowed to technically see people. Like, it's not really seeing them to degrees. Like, if I wanted, I could drive over and see Ben or you two or anyone really, and we could go for a socially distant walk.
Yeah,
that's the progress we've made for the past like 8 weeks, so I can see my girlfriend, but it's still not quite there yet, you know.
It's not quite the same, yeah.
No, it's not. No, I mean it's gone quite quickly though. I think.
But I think you also have to consider into mind
slow.
that when everything starts to relax, and I don't want to say get back to normal, but it's more like when everything starts to open up and such, and you can kind of do most of the things that you did before. I think it's going to take a while for people to adjust to it, because again, I see them all gas it up, just like, I'm going to do this and that, but it's just kind of like, well, I kind of feel like most of us are going to be very, very skeptical to do those things again after all this, because
we'll all come out of this bit anxious.
Yeah, exactly. I know I will. I 100% will. As soon as they say, you know, oh, you can go out to your local restaurant, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to hold it off just for a little bit and just see what happens.
Yeah. It's a weird way of living, isn't it? Like, you kind of have to avoid everyone now, touching wise. But yeah, I guess
it makes Tinder a pain in the ass.
I was just about to bring that up, actually.
It really makes Tinder a pain in
yeah, it does, man. I was going to ask you your
Oh.
opinion on this, guys. Like, how do you keep someone interested? How do you keep the conversation fresh?
Well,
you barely see people. What do you do?
Yeah.
And your first dates as well. What are you supposed to do?
I just right now I just FaceTime. Like, that's the best.
I've been doing a few of that. I've
done a couple, so it's just that's all I can really do.
Yeah,
well,
that's literally it.
My mate said he's been like calling people and like setting up Netflix parties and watching Netflix. Like, it's like whatever you can make do with.
I mean, that's your next best thing, I suppose, than going to the cinema or having a mate round, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's close as you can get right now.
Closest you can do.
Yeah.
They're not. If they live far, go for a socially distant walk.
Well, the thing is, I would, but certain people like yourselves are quite a while away, so.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I find it a little bit hard to talk to some girls sometimes, because it's sort of like, I don't want to just message them about lockdown, because it's like, I don't want that to be the only thing. I don't want to message them just like, oh, haha, so how's lockdown treating you? LOL, XXX. And it's just like, shit.
Yeah, how many people are going to say that, though?
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's first line, that.
Oh, so
yeah.
How's quarantine keeping you?
Oh. Yeah.
You can't spell quarantine without URAQT.
Get the fuck out, Nathan.
Fuck off. Get out of here.
But yeah, man, I have actually managed to meet one of them, and it was literally just a lap around the park. a bit of a chat. Yeah, a lap around the park.
Was she a fucking dog? Just walk around like.
Oh, wow. If your mum's not on Tinder, I don't know what you're talking about, man. Come on, settle down. Damn, he's killed him.
Very original one.
I'm lucky, Ethan. I'm lucky.
I'm just being out of facts. Anyways, man, but yeah,
welcome to the first and last episode of Babblin.
Yeah, that's literally as interesting as it gets. So right now, and it really is depressing, because it's one of those awkward things as well. You know, like you want to do a hug, things like that, or any sort of embrace whatsoever, and you can't. It's just like
shaking hands, no nothing. Like I went on his birthday. Like we just went in the family garden and like stayed back and stuff. Like went around the back.
Sucks,
like, it's weird. It's like we've been invited to the party, but we're not at the party.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, mate, I think with you, Michael, even if coronavirus wasn't about that, I'd probably still get you to stand back a little bit.
I think for my birthday this year, back in March.
You might smell a bit rubbish, man.
Well, it was my birthday back in March, and I went out to London for the night, and this was kind of when we were possibly looking at a lockdown. We weren't 100% sure, but it was just sort of like, you know, they might imply it, and I was really skeptical, because I was like, well, obviously London's a really big place, and I went to Dirty Martini, which is over there, and it was the streets were just dead. Like no one was out at all, and I was there like, well, it's good because I'm barely seeing people, but then I'm gonna get to the place, it's gonna be super dead. Like even though we had like a booth booked and everything, like it's just gonna be really like dead. But then it got super packed, so I was just there like, I don't know if I like this or not. Like, yeah, it's my birthday, but I might get ill, you know, like what do I do?
Yeah.
And then about a week later after that's when they started implying like the lockdown laws and that, and I was just like,
dude, you got in there right at the last second, man.
The skin of my teeth, I was just like,
yeah. And London got hit hard as well.
Yeah.
Can't quite say the same about ours though. What a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, your birthday was great, wasn't it, mate? Had people on FaceTime.
Happy birthday, man.
Just a laggy happy birthday on like Messenger course. I'm just like, birthday. Birthday to Fern. Happy birthday, you.
WhatsApp calls not always working. When did you guys start to realize it was like, this is real? I mean, I guess when lockdown came.
Yeah, because like you never really suspect anything to happen like this in your lifetime, do you? You know, you speak to people from different generations as well, and they've never had anything like this before. You always assume, you know, the government will sort it out, so and so will sort it out, blah 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 blah. It'll be fine. It won't affect me because you know. Nothing
we
like
are
that
currently living in a
horror movie.
a GCSE history textbook right now.
Yeah, literally.
I never thought I could say that, but right now we are. They will open they will open history textbooks in GCSE or A level or whatever.
They'll definitely write dick right on your face, Nathan. On your face, there'll be a massive dick. Like, oh, this is you.
Nathan, here, like dick in his mouth. Something.
Okay, cool. Unlimited mates. Hey.
It's like the last time we saw each other, I was like, it's gonna blow over, ain't it? It's not gonna be that bad. Like, because we all spoke about it on the first episode, and like even in New York, like it was a thing, but I never knew it would get to a point where it's like, oh bloody hell, this is crazy. Like everyone's.
Oh, you went to New York as well, didn't you?
Yeah. Like, I
was really skeptical about that. Yeah.
You only just got back, didn't you?
You just got back. You
just
made it.
Got back. Yeah.
It was like 1 week of seeing you guys, seeing my girlfriend, and then after that, bam, we were in lockdown. So I missed it because we were joking. We were like, "Why did we get stuck in New York? What's going on?" But it was still kind of like I knew it was happening, but I didn't know it was happening properly until lockdown hit. Like most people, I guess.
Well, we don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know when it's going to end. But by doing this sort of stuff, I suppose we can fill up the time and making people who unfortunately come across us suffer for our little shitty rambling. But it is what it is.
Yeah, right. Just make do.
What's the time, Nath? Like how long we got into this?
We are just about 19 minutes in.
Oh, damn. We're doing all right. All right. Yeah. Sweet, fellas.
Do we want to move on to another topic? Or because I was going to say about festivals, Ben and Ethan, who are your favourites at Reading?
Oh, ours is going to be controversial, you know. Do you know who ours was? I know who mine and Ethan's is straight away, easily.
Bingo, go for it.
You know who I'm thinking of, don't you?
Yeah.
Charlie XCX.
What do you mean controversial?
Easy. Well, controversial because, you know, you had Post Malone there, you had Foo Fighters, you had 21 Pilots, they were just all fantastic.
Yeah.
Bastille, and obviously Charlie XCX.
What was your top then? So what was your top?
Oh.
Charlie XCX is the top because me and Ethan, we just got right into it, man. It was the first.
Charlie XCX is cool, yeah.
No, she's great. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but compared to everyone else that they had.
So when we rocked, so it was the first act we saw. We was all fucking pumped. We proper got into it. It was steaming. The sun was blazing. It was great, wasn't it?
Oh, it was fantastic.
And she's fit as fuck, so you know, it was all good stuff.
Ethan was there trying to act different, you know, like so that Charlie XCX would see him and think, oh. And everyone was there like raving, and Ethan was there like.
Oh yeah, I was like, 1 minute I was like,
notice me.
Oh, Ethan's like,
hello, what are you talking about?
You're right, youth.
All
right, youth. It's good though when you go to like these festivals and shows and such, and they've got good lineups. Like I remember the very first gig I went to was in 2017. I went to The Weeknd, and he had. It was some DJ that wasn't on the list, but then we had Lil Uzi Vert, which was really cool.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
That was really good. And then we had Bryson Tiller, which was just insane. I was like, look, man, like I don't want to cry before The Weeknd gets on. Like, come on. And yeah. But and then I went to see Childish Gambino, and he had a woman called Her, which that was the first time I ever heard of her, and she's just really cool.
What's her name?
Her, but it's like H.E.R. And then I went to see Drake last year as well as Childish Gambino, and he had Tory Lanez and Baka Not Nice, and he brought out Wizkid as a guest, and it was just like the lineup can make or break.
Yeah, true. Very,
really
very
can.
true. I mean, for us though, I mean, I know that the lineup, we can always say we had the best times around the tents, Eve, but it definitely got us pumped up for the show. Like if we looked at Reading 2020, I'm not so fussed that that's been cancelled. I was so disappointed in 2020.
I guess that helps a bit having a decent lineup.
Of course it does. Yeah.
brilliant. It was such a good lineup. I think we got the best lineup in a while. Like, I'm happy that that's the year I went.
Really?
Well, a couple of my mates went a few years back, and I swear they had like Eminem and stuff. I can't remember who else was there, but I think it was pretty sick.
There's a guy who's into a lot of like rock bands and stuff. Like a lot of those guys were on there for me, and like I really like 21 Pilots, Foo Fighters.
I wanted to see Royal Blood, but I never managed to see
They
them.
were really good as well. Yeah. I think my favorite were 21 Pilots. Though they just put on a massive, incredible show. It was either them or Foo Fighters for me.
We missed Foo Fighters, didn't we?
You know where I was when Foo Fighters was happening? that video.
Yeah.
Video. That's where I was.
Oh, that's another thing as well. Like, there's so many tips and tricks to help you coax through Reading. And well, I mean, festivals in general. I know Creamfields.
What would you give them? Let's have a look into this.
Tips and tricks, right? So if you're thinking of going to a festival, ways to survive, Reading is a really good one because you can actually leave the campsite, which I thought would be expected everywhere you go. But Creamfields, you can't leave the site. You have to stay on there the entire time. You can't go out into the town or whatever, which obviously means the showers and the toilets you've got to use. Reading is a perfect location, right? Because for me, Ethan and Michael, when we went there, if you wanted a shower or to use the shitter, right, you could just head out, go to a pub or something for the shitter, and then there was a what was it now?
Leisure centre, wasn't there?
A leisure centre, and they had showers in there to use. But if you're at Creamfields, and I don't know what it's like for any other festivals, and I've been to Wireless before, but you can't. Some of them you can't actually leave the campsite, which means obviously you're gonna have to use the toilets there, and they are terrifying, man. They are.
Yeah, I've seen pictures and stuff. It doesn't.
Yeah, no. Apparently, someone dropped their phone down the toilets in Reading once. I don't know what year it was, and obviously under it, because you've got stairs that go up, right? They're all like these metal things. It's like you're in prison or something, and they're all lined up back to back. And underneath it, there's this massive sand pit filled of shit and piss. And, I mean, they had an iPhone, so that phone went exactly where it belonged anyway. But still, man, imagine having to ask someone, could you?
I don't have an iPhone, and I'm superior.
That's it, Nathan. Exactly. Thank you. But
it is, isn't it? Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to know. I mean, imagine getting your phone back afterwards.
Are you shoving your hand down there?
You can keep it. You can keep it.
Comes back in a little doggy bag like, here, mate. It's just, be good with it.
Honestly, man, those were the worst. I tried to stay away from those as much as I could.
Did you have a shower, Mike?
I basically got shampoo, poured it on my head, pour a bottle of water on my head. That was me done.
I'd say for a tip, no, it's timing, mate. You got to get the timing right. Like, I'd go for a shower really, really late, because if it's really hot as well, and you're going to be sticky, you're going to be boiling from the day and stuff, you're going to be sweaty just before bed, it's going to be late, about 1 o'clock in the morning, I'd say. Go for a shower, get your shower in at that sort of time.
What if you're steaming, though?
Even better then, wouldn't it, mate? You'll be singing and dancing in the showers, won't you? It'll be a great time.
My mates all had dry shampoo. I would have used that if I was to go.
Dry shampoo's really, really good. Yeah.
What about your body, though? I ain't just worried about
exactly, your hair. Yeah. You can't just be worried about your hair.
I also just get short hair in general. Like, ultimately, hair not to worry about is really helpful in those sorts of stuff, because it's just, it would have been a faff if I had long hair during Reading, so I was quite short.
Make sure you pack up well, though. Like, get everything that you need. Prepare for any sort of eventuality. Like the food there, the fucking drinks, the prices of them, ridiculous.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Like, you're paying for a crate and getting a pint, not even at half a pint there. Like 11 quid for a drink. Fuck off.
I'd even
so expensive.
A flask, because like the drinks in there are really expensive, and if you're not really into the other forms of getting high off your face. Drinking is the method, but I was like going to the drink stalls, and it'd be really expensive. I was like, fuck, I'm not even gonna get drunk off one of these. So I would have brought a flask next time if I can get away with it. Maybe that's
well, you can get anything you want into the campsite as long as it's not glass, right? But it's getting it into the actual arena with the stages that seems to be the problem.
I did a flask in like my sock or something.
It's perfect. Best way to do it. They're not very thorough with checking you. At Reading, they're not anyway, because you've got so many people, you've got so much traffic trying to get through. If you just lob something in your sock or something, they're not gonna be fussed. They're not gonna bother.
Well, that's kind of bad, really. You could really put anything there, but anyway, as long as
that's down to the viewers. Whatever you want to risk, man.
Be safe.
You know what I mean.
But another thing that I personally would bring in, I don't know if you guys would agree, would be nail clippers. As my blooming thing, like the skin on my fingers.
I never thought about that.
Terrible.
No,
And
really?
I didn't want to pick at them because you know you pick it, it just gets worse.
I've got a better idea for you, Mike. Why don't you do it before you went?
No, the thing is, when I left, it was fine, and then as the week goes on, you're like, oh fuck, my nails are getting really annoying. So,
Michael, you're fucking Wolverine, mate.
I know, yeah, man.
Why are you
Jesus.
200% growth like nails? It's like once you've cut them, like a day later, like the back. Like, oh.
No, well, it's more the skin because like they get all. I don't know. It's annoying, but that's basically a personal message for if I ever do it.
Yeah, I can't think of any more tips and tricks, really. I think we've been kind of blessed because we've gone to Reading. Like they're really sort of lenient on what you can do and what you can't do.
Oh yeah, Reading
Not
looks
sort of-
tame compared to like
We
other
ate
big
all right,
ones that
didn't we?
I've seen.
We
So,
didn't
yeah.
eat too bad. Like we had.
Oh, we ate great. We ate like kings.
Flavor was good, wasn't it?
Yeah,
How's that
yeah.
go
It's just
to?
a great location, man. It really, really is. They've slap bang right in the perfect spot. You know, it's right next to a town. You can go out to the shop and do
Riverbank,
whatever.
isn't they?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Nice place.
Yeah, it really is.
What festivals would you like to go to next then when they all start opening up? Like what's
Creamfields, 100% top of the list, 150%. But that's because it just speaks to me. It's got the EDM, like I said earlier, techno, drum and bass.
I think it's the worst
just my
place.
music.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely horrific. I don't
I
interest
don't
me at
even know
all.
what it is. I'll be honest with you, mate.
Oh man, only
Just a
because you want to
bunch-
go to
I'm
the
not really
shitty
a
farmers
not really
festival.
a festival.
Just a
person,
farmer festival.
Farmers.
Farmer festival.
You got farmer over here, and you got fucking like chav wannabe over here. I hate it. It's full of them little fucking chavs, though, isn't it?
What's your favorite? What's your go-to, Ethan? Then?
Yeah, what's yours then?
I like the mixture, like what we've.
Now he
already
likes
been
going to
like
Reading because of the fucking under 16-year-olds. Jimmy Savile.
Didn't cross my mind, lads.
Anyway,
Funny you brought that up, like.
Right
You want to
off.
shag Mill Sam kids by the sounds of me. What's next? You fucking grand, like.
Exposed. Ben Kirby exposed.
Nathan,
I was-
what about you? Oh, sorry, Ethan, you didn't answer. My bad.
I was going to say Boardmasters again. Because I ain't been there for a fair few years. And
Oh shit! Yeah, you went Boardmasters,
Well,
didn't you?
me myself, yeah.
I went in 2017. It was pretty decent. I mean, I was quite young then, but then obviously I didn't go the year after, and the year after that, I swear it got cancelled because of flood, and now obviously
Yeah.
it's not happening.
I do have like a really embarrassing story at a festival though. It's not Reading. It's one a few years ago. I don't know if you guys have got any embarrassing stories about what you did at a festival, but this is not cool, man. So it was in year 9 or year 10. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but it was Wireless in Birmingham. I got given a free ticket by my friend who got them through BOA, Birmingham Arts College, and we went to see Kanye West, which is obviously like incredible. Like it's a really good artist.
He's one of my dream people to see. Yeah.
It's a spectacle. Like it should be something that you flaunt off to people. Yeah, I've seen Kanye West. I took most out of the experience. But me, my little year 9 or year 10 self, was a bit of a twat. So back then I was scared of like loads of really stupid things. Like I thought that Kanye West was in with the Illuminati, and obviously his show was a little bit extravagant and outlandish.
You believed it.
Yeah. And I thought he was going to kill us all with his fucking Illuminati beliefs. No word of a lie. I shit you not, right? So I was there throughout his entire performance, standing, doing absolutely nothing, shitting myself, thinking that we're all going to die.
What,
Rather
in case he
actually-
waved his fucking fingers
In
at
case
everyone,
he waved
and
his
suddenly
fingers
like
and
lightning just
evaporated us
comes
all.
down.
Oh
Starts
my
raining.
God.
It starts
Hey,
like there's
guys,
a locust. There's like
look.
locusts coming down, and there's frogs. And
Change. I'm a new
Wizard,
man.
like.
I'm not like that anymore. All right, but I'm not. I'm not embellishing it. I'm not exaggerating at all.
But
Really.
Kanye just floats over the crowd, like starts like.
Yeah.
doing
he
it.
starts singing
God.
"Power," and that's it. He just hovers like T-poses and hovers
It was
everywhere.
so good as well. Like I remember, like there were people next to me thinking, "What the fuck is this guy on? Why is he?" And I was there because my fashion sense was shit as well. So I looked like a 40-year-old white man. I had a checkered shirt on, jeans, really shitty night.
And you were how old? About 14.
Oh mate, yeah, something like that. But,
You went to a Kanye concert dressed
Yeah.
like that. You are someone's
Yeah.
dad for sure. You are someone's dad.
Yeah, okay, all right, moving on. But yeah, that is. I don't think it gets much worse than that, really. You know, it's something that haunts me still to this day. What about you guys? Come on, there's got to be something embarrassing that you've done at a festival. Ethan, I know what yours is. You've got too fucking many from just the one I took you to.
I was very bored.
Oh, well, then. Not that bad. Oh, actually, yeah. Remember that one with that bird? The birds that we went to the Bastille thing.
Oh my
Them
God!
bloody
Because you're
characters.
quite ignorant with well, no, not ignorant. You just don't really know
Oblivious.
about the whole to
Oblivious,
the
I
whole
think.
drug taking sort of thing. And one of these girls who Ethan was chatting to for quite some time, it was really getting quite what's the word?
Just to
He was
make,
getting quite smitten, quite smitten by this young
just to
lady.
be sure though, I
Yeah.
think it was on right then.
Yeah, and she
like a
asked
fucking head to
Ethan to see his key, and Ethan was all like, "Oh, well, yeah, I don't know what you want to see this for." There you go. And then out of nowhere, she whacks out a bag.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are following here. Whacks a bag out of a back
Oh,
pocket, taps
Yeah.
a little bit of an unknown substance, let's say, on his key. Ethan's still there, like.
Yeah, I was wrong.
She lifts up the key, obviously, like, does a thing, and Ethan's face, man, I'll never forget it. He looks so horrified. And then she just gives the key back to him, and Ethan's just there, like,
my key's ruined.
I was like this then.
Yeah,
The key's tainted. That was it.
He was about to cry.
Never use that key anymore. He had to get a new one cut and everything.
He has to get a new one.
If he lost his key, that was it. He sit outside his house for ages until someone came home.
Well, when I put it in my door next, he was doing some weird things. The door looked a bit weird. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, was the door going off in one as well?
Yeah. Swinging
Can't
open.
open it, just starts shaking.
Yeah, he got back in the door, was playing some Holy Goof.
What else happened, Ben? What else happened? That was funny.
We all met up, didn't we? We had a cute little moment where you guys came to my camp.
Yeah, we saw Mike for that small 5 seconds, and then we never saw him again.
That was fun. I can't remember if I had any crazy experiences.
Tell them about Luke's. Well, let's not call him. I just said his name.
We said his name like 20 minutes ago.
I'll tell you what. This is. I think this would be a good way to wrap off the documentary, because this is a story, right? So our good friend Luke, he went with us to Reading. He's a stand-up guy. We'll have to get him on this show. See how consistent we can keep it, because he really is a fun guy to talk to. And Luke seems to get himself in precarious situations from one time to the next. Last week, he had someone try to break into his house, claiming that they still lived there. That went on for a good 15 minutes. The police had to be called. He just gets himself into really precarious situations, and we don't know how he does it. And this is one of them. So Luke got left behind because he wanted to go and take a shower. So we all went off outside of the Reading Festival, went to a pub to get something to eat in the morning. Luke was on his own, and out of nowhere, he gives Colin a call, who was another friend of mine who was at the festival. Colin, can you come see me, please? I really need to see you. There was some desperation in his voice at the time, and Colin, being Colin, quite a cold guy and unforgiving guy, says, "No, Luke, come here now. What's wrong with you? What are you being so stupid for?" I was like, oh, okay. So we're all confused, a bit perplexed. What's going on? What is Luke okay? You should probably go and see him, Colin. And Colin, no, fuck him, he'll be all right. So about 5 minutes later, Luke walks into this pub, and he's looking distraught. He's looking devastated. To say
You weren't
the least.
there at the
Very
beginning,
sad.
Ben. You the toilet.
Yeah, no. I was in the toilet. Luke met me after, but Luke looked devastated. He looked really, really sad. Everyone was like, "Are you all right, Luke? What's going on?" I've had a bit of an accident, boys. And what happened, guys, basically, Luke needed to go and use the toilet. And there was a huge queue, as you can imagine, for the toilet, because it's that Reading Festival. And by the time that he got him in there, he didn't really take much time to look at what he was doing before sitting down. I don't know if you guys can tell where this story is going yet, but someone, and I don't know who was in there before him, man, but shame on them. They fucked it up. They fucked up his day. In fact, you know what? Bless them, because they made our whole festival.
Our fucking day.
Yeah, but Luke went for a shit, and he actually came out with more shit in him than he intended to when he went in there. He sat right in someone's shit without looking at the toilet seat first. I don't know how anyone manages to do something like that. Apparently, when Luke was describing the story, he was like, it was just caught between the seat and the bowl. So he was there, and he didn't even go to the toilet. He just spent his time wiping this shit off him, putting it in the bog, and then flushing it, because he didn't want to leave people outside waiting for too long or wondering what he was doing. And I think he was a little bit too traumatized there to squirt out a turd, like. So he left it. He went and he came to see us. He explained the story, and I think Jack nearly died choking on laughter. He was gone that much. And yeah, I don't think Luke found it amusing at all. I think even to this day, that story still haunts Luke. I remember him telling me when he was in the toilet at the pub that we were at about the story.
Well, he's going to have a fucking great time when he hears this sitting on air.
Oh, he really is. I think I've just told that story like a true poet.
I might hide this one for him. I'll just say that we ain't.
I'll mute this section when I'm editing it. I'll just leave it dead quiet.
The first section,
you'll have to read the lips, I'm afraid, everyone.
But that's just what Luke's like, though. Wherever he goes, whatever he does, there's always something so outlandish and just mental that happens to him. He's just got this energy. I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
But those are the best memories, though, when you go to places.
Oh,
when just the most bizarre, just the most oddball things happen to people. It's always just like.
It's always the best, isn't it? When something happens and you don't plan for it at all. It's just
like sitting in shit. That's the best, isn't it, Michael?
It's just one of those situations where it's just like, well, I never planned for this eventuality, and
it's one of them lifetime opportunities that you can't go without. You need that in your
you do need those weird moments.
Yeah, for sure. Not to happen to me. They can happen to someone else and I can laugh at them.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Just bring Luke along if you need a funny moment or something. He is a funny guy. We will have to get him on.
Ben, in the next episode, we'll have to discuss them nights out, which have been pretty rough.
So obviously, guys, whoever's actually watching this and actually made this far, first of all, Jesus Christ, what are you doing with your life? But thank you. And we're going to try and keep this up once a week. See how consistent we can be with it, and just basically, like I've said, chat absolute shit for a good half an hour. How long are we at now, Nay?
I think we just scrapped past half an hour. It's 38 minutes,
Jesus. Okay. All right. Well, I reckon we should try and cut it off there then, guys. Yeah, I think this has been a decent success. You watch us get all hate now.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll
see what our 3 viewers have to say about it, right?
Yeah, the 3 viewers being us. Well.
Mom, look, my first ever kill yourself message.
All right, guys. So I think we should end it off there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one.